yesterday that she was in here herself buying her first wand. 10¼ inches long, swishy, made of willow. Nice wand for charm work. Mr. Ollivander stepped around the counter. Harry hadn't yet seen him blink those creepy silver eyes. Her father, on the other hand, favored a mahogany wand. 11 inches, pliable, a little more power and excellent transfiguration. Well, I say your father favored it. It's really the wand that chooses the wizard, of course. The wand maker comes so close to Harry, and Harry almost nose to nose. Harry seems reflecting those misty eyes. And that's where Mr. Ollivander touched the lightning scar on Harry's forehead with the long white finger. I'm sorry to say the wand that did, he said softly, 13½ inches. You. Powerful wand, very powerful in the wrong hands. Well, if I known that what that wand was going to do, was going out of the world to do, Harry shivered. He had no idea what to say. How did one respond to someone who had sold the weapon that killed one's parents? Ollivander shook his hand, turning to Draco. Young Mr. Malfoy, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your mother's told me a great deal about you. I'm sure she has, Draco said wryly. Well then, let's get you two lads fitted. Mr. Malfoy, which is your wand arm? Left. Mr. Potter, I'm right-handed, sir. Mr. Ollivander snapped his fingers, and two measuring tapes hurried over and began taking also measurements on the two boys. They measured from shoulder to finger, then wrist to elbow, sole to the floor, knee to armpit, and round the head. Every Ollivander wand is the core of a powerful magic substance, but customers use unicorn hands, phoenix feathers, and has stings to dragons. No two Ollivander wands are quite the same. Of course, you never get such good results with his wand. As he talked, Mr. Ollivander was fitting around the shelves, taking down boxes. That'll do, he said, the two clips crumbled to the floor. Right then, Mr. Potter, try this one. Beech Dragon Heartstring, 9 inches, nice and flexible. Just take it and give it a wave. Harry took the wand, feeling foolish, waved it around a bit, and Mr. Ollivander snatched it out of his hand almost at once. Maple and Phoenix Fig, they're 7 inches, quite a whippy. Try. Harry tried really hard to his wand, and two was snatched back. Mr. Malfoy, give this one a wave. Draco did so, and the jug of water on the counter exploded. Water spilled everywhere. Mr. Ollivander shook his head. No, apparently not a hand over another. A woolly unicorn hair, 8½ inches, springy. No, try this one. Draco took the wand raised above his head. He switched down in streamer green, and silver sparks filled the air around him. Oh, how pretty, Mrs. Malfoy, Slytherin colors. Do you see that, Mr. Ollivander? Mr. Ollivander was sounding to himself as he put the wand away, wrapped in brown paper, very satisfied. Yes. Hawthorn and unicorn hair. 10 inches precisely, reasonably springy. A wand very suited to you, I believe. Now, Mr. Potter, let's see if we can find yours. Harry tried and tried. He had no idea what Mr. Ollivander was waiting for. The pile of tried wands was mounting higher and higher in the counter. Harry would have felt anxious about his lack of success, but the more wands the old man pulled from the shelves, the happier he seemed to become. A tricky customer, eh? Not to worry, we'll find the perfect match here somewhere. With another half-dozen boxes where the wand maker pulled the box out from near the back. I wonder now. Yes, why not? Unusual combination holy and phoenix feather. 11 inches, nice and supple. Harry took the wand. He felt a sudden warmth in his fingers. He raised the wand above his head, brought it swishing down through the dusty air, and stream of gold and silver sparks shot from the end like a firework, throwing dancing spots of light onto the walls. Draco woke to clap for his friend, Mr. Ollivander, crying, "Oh, bravo, yes indeed, oh, very good. Yeah, well, how curious, how very curious." He put Harry's wand in his blackness box and began wrapping it up, still muttering, curious. Excuse me, sir, what's curious? Harry asked, not sure he really wanted to know. Mr. Ollivander fixed Harry with his pale stare. I remember every wand I've ever sold, Mr. Potter. Every single wand. It also happens that the being's wand, whose tail feather is your wand, gave another feather, just one another. It is very curious indeed that you should be destined for this wand and his brother, why his brother gave you that scar. Harry swallowed hard. Yes. 13½ inches. You. Curious indeed how these things happen. The wand chooses the wizard, remember. I think we must expect great things from you, Mr. Potter. After all, he who must not be named did great things. Terrible, yes, but great. Harry shivered again, though the day was not particularly cold. He was still coming to terms with the truth of his parents' death. He had been bad enough to be lied to for 10 years, wrongly that they had died in a car crash, but that they had been drunk. He was far worse to learn the truth. Voldemort had murdered them. It was too much to comprehend. Draco put his hand on Harry's shoulder. It's all right, Harry. He's dead now. He can't hurt you. Harry looked at his friend, seeing sympathy in his face. He half smiled, letting Draco know that he appreciated the support. Harry, came Hagrid's voice booming through the wand shop. The ice cream was nowhere to be seen. Why did you run off like that? I didn't run off, Harry protested. I was with my new friend Draco. Draco? Hagrid's face was a storm cloud. Malfoy, Draco drawled in an insulting voice. Draco Malfoy, son of Lucius by Narcissia. Hagrid, there's no call for acting like this, Mrs. Malfoy said, very, very put out. Her nose had ridden slightly into the air and was wrinkled slightly as though she found something distasteful. Come on, Harry, we're going. Harry put a heavy hand on Hagrid's shoulder. Hagrid, what's wrong? Harry was very confused. Harry was not acting at all like the nice person he'd been before. He seemed angry, just like Uncle Vernon. Harry felt his nerves begin to ratchet up. The boy can't leave without his books, Hagrid, said Mr. Malfoy as he closed the door behind him. Do pipe down. I could hear you clear down the lane. Mr. Malfoy? Hagrid's voice was anything but pleasant, a stark contrast to Draco's father. It's good to see that you haven't lost all your manners, Hagrid. There's no problem here at all. Harry's with me. I'm in charge of him. The boy is perfectly all right with me, Mr. Malfoy said urbanely. Professor Dumbledore Professor Dumbledore put him in my hands. Mr. Malfoy chuckled his tongue. Hagrid, you do recall that I'm on the board of governors? I would never let anything happen to Harry Potter or any other student. I assure you, I have everything well in hand. One governor does not overrule the headmaster. Hagrid particularly snarled. Gentles, please back eat my shot, Mr. Ollivander said firmly. To help the wand in his hand now. Mr. Potter, 7 gallons, please. Mr. Malfoy, the same. Harry dug out his money, paid for his wand. Draco's mother slid 7 gold coins across the counter as well. They all piled into the street. Mrs. Malfoy standing next to her husband, Draco standing near Harry. Hagrid pulled Harry closer to him, away from his friend. Harry could smell spilled alcohol. We still got lots to buy, and the best you can do it without interference with the likes of you. Hagrid's face was a little red. Harry could see in the daylight. Mr. Malfoy's eyes narrowed dangerously. Don't cross me, Hagrid. You'd better believe that I will be taking this issue up with the board. You have to be lucky in the extreme to keep your job. He handed Harry a bag filled with books. There you are, Harry. Thank you, sir. Harry reached into his pocket for some money. No, consider them a birthday present. Harry swallowed. Declare charity from a man he'd barely met. Did he look that ragged? Sir, I can't. I just wouldn't feel right about it. Please take the money. Mr. Malfoy studied Harry's face for a moment. Very well, Harry, if that's how you feel. You keep it 5 galleons, some small change. Just give me the galleons. I do believe that the rest was about the cost of your defense against the dark arts text, which I will insist on gifting you with. Harry handed over the coins. Thank you again, Mr. Malfoy. It was nice to meet you. The pleasure was all mine, Harry, he said, shaking hands. Do take care. Hope to see you again. Mrs. Malfoy knelt down and kissed him on both cheeks. Goodbye, dear. Study hard. You're going to be a great wizard. Harry felt himself blushing to his roots. Man, was all he could say. Bye, Harry, said Draco, shaking his head enthusiastically. I hope to see you see on the train. Thanks, Draco. I'll see you then. Harry said something during this exchange, but his face was furious. He kept his eye on the Malfoy family as he stepped away, keeping himself between them and Harry. He kept up a brisk pace, forcing Harry to practically run to keep up. People were clearing out of his path as he marched directly for the apothecary. I don't know what you were thinking, Harry, rolling off with that Lucius Malfoy of all people. Harry felt anger rising up from inside of him. What's so wrong with him? He seemed like a perfectly nice man. He went and bought books so that Draco and I could get to know each other. I made a friend to Hagrid, and I never had a friend before. Malfoy is a trouble, old pureblood snobby as the devil about it. You better off staying away from them. They were being perfectly civil to me, Harry ground between clenched teeth. Then you came along and ruined everything. You didn't even give them a chance. You just barged in and started making assumptions. Hagrid's face fell. Maybe you just have to see for yourself. Come on, we still got some things to buy. Hagrid kept a close eye on Harry as he asked the clerk for a supply of basic potion ingredients. Harry didn't particularly want to be around the big man in his car, mostly busied himself investigating the shop. From the apothecary, they went to Wizardry's wizarding equipment, where they picked up a set of scales and a collapsible brass telescope. In Podge's cauldron shop, he bought a size 2 pewter. When there was nothing to buy, they returned to the brick wall that led down Diagon Alley. The large man reaches into his shaggy overcoat and pulled out an envelope. He handed it to Harry. Here's your ticket for the Hogwarts Express. It was 11 o'clock from King's Cross Station on the 1st of September. All information is on the ticket. Let's get your train back home. Harry didn't speak at all as they walked back to the empty pub, down the road on the underground, up an escalator into London Bridge Station. He only was where they were when Hagrid tapped him on the shoulder. Your train leaves in 10 minutes. Best to get beyond it. Harry wanted to say something else, but did not. Harry boarded the train and watched Hagrid until he was out of sight. Okay, so that's chapter 1 of They Shook Hands, Year 1, A Boy Named Malfoy. So I'm going to split this video up into 2 parts, because videos to be 15 minutes long if they're from my phone. So, yeah, I'm going to be splitting this video up into 2 parts. So, hope you enjoyed the story so far. They Shook Hands, Year 1. I'll leave link in the description if you want to see the story on fanfiction, if you want to read it for yourselves. But, yeah, reading They Shook Hands, Year 1 by Deathroll. So that's the story. That's chapter 1 of Year 1 of They Shook Hands. But yeah, Tonville Legend, 826, out.